You ain't gonna stop the smoke today.
Guess who stepped in the room?
Kicking the door, waving the 7-6. Listen, it's Sixers time. We here. What's up, everybody in the chat? Juan Q, MOTC, China Banks, the whole squad. Heard what's up? You a hater on beat. I can hear it coming already. But ain't no hating on nobody today. Ain't nobody hating on nobody. This game, it's gonna be a lot to say about this game. But my quick take was, I was talking to my man Matt. I don't know if he in the chat. I'm looking for him. I got big eyes looking for him. Crispus Addicts. Shout out to him if he pop in. He texted me at the end of the half, and he said this game is going to come down to the last second shot. I said to him, I can show you all the text. This game will be over started the fourth quarter. And by the third quarter, he texted me, LOL, you was right. Yo, they blew that joint open so crazy. We went into the fourth quarter with a 20-plus point lead. That's what we needed. Never look back. I'm so glad it didn't go down to the end. I had enough stress in my life. I didn't need any more. Great win with y'all take.
Well,
I mean, I can keep talking.
Like I said,
I can keep going.
Like I said, we'll win in 6. It's like, no, I ain't even gonna go with that route because this was not how I expected the 6 to go. I mean, I still felt like we had this series. I know a lot of people felt panicky and felt like if we lost this, we was going to lose. But I still felt like we had 2 games to win one.
If we lost this, we lost.
I don't think so because we'd have went home. And if the Sixers would have came out and played with this same intensity the last game, it wouldn't even have went this far.
I agree.
The Sixers took Toronto lightly, and to Toronto's credit, they came out and balled. They didn't quit. They didn't tap out. They came out and they balled hard, and they caught the Sixers off guard, or whatever you want to call it. They smacked the Sixers around. But tonight, the Sixers came out. They looked focused. You had contributions from everybody. Bede did what he does. Harden from the jump. Let's not act. This is the Harden that we need. This is what we needed. And he came out, and then we had Maxey took over in the third and the fourth. It was a total team effort, man. And even shout out to Doc. At one point in time in the game, Doc went to a zone, and it threw Toronto whole rhythm off, and that's when we started to jump on them. So it was just a good game all around. I'm saying this is what they should have did last game.
Matt, go ahead.
I am so glad this game didn't come. I can't afford to lose no more hair with this game, man.
I agree.
When Maxey exploded in the third quarter, I was going bananas, man. That's what you wanted to see. Maxey, yep, exactly. Mark, that's what I'm getting into. Right. Mark said, good looking too, Mark. G Wood, Maxey sparked it off and B fed off the young boy. Mark, that's exactly what I said.
Yep.
They fed off Maxey. He got a little hype and we jacking kind of early, like Ephraim pointed out, yes. But this is what I want to see. We had this discussion earlier today, and we talk about we was talking about earlier. Me and Tim wanted to see Maxey come to life.
This is what
we want to see. In the third quarter, the game was over. It was a wrap. We just destroyed Toronto. You seen it. You felt it. It was over. The fourth quarter was just they was just playing basketball. Then they was just running up and down the court. After that third quarter, it was over. It was nothing they could do after that. Yeah, that's what I want to see. Doc was trying everything, throwing in different lineups. That's what I want to see. This is a coach. Doc coach. Yeah. If something ain't working, get out of there. It was. Yeah. I think Quickman was in the game for 2 minutes. He took him out. If it ain't working, get him out. This is coaching. Yeah. This is what you do. He coached his behind off tonight. He was coaching for his life. He was coaching for that 3-0, that 3-1. Yo, hats
he
off.
Definitely was.
Hats off.
He definitely was.
All right, so this was a stressful day. I was so stressed all day long. I just was hoping we wasn't going to play a game on Saturday. Well, let me tell you, we had a discussion earlier about this. We were all saying what was going to be the key to the game. I said it's going to have to be Maxey. I said I don't trust Harden because he hasn't shown me anything to trust him with. And then with Embiid, I just don't know. I said it's going to be the Maxey game. A couple fellas like, no, it's not. We can't put all that on Maxey. But it was the Maxey game. Maxey's the one. Maxey blew that game open in the third quarter. And then after that, I was able to just relax and just worry about what the Eagles, who was the Eagles pick and everything. It feels good. Good play by Doc Rivers. I thought it was good. Letting B get all go to the bench earlier for the first 5 games. It was like B was playing the entire first quarter and Harden would go out, but he just kept Harden in. Harden was cooking that first quarter, had 10 points. He actually paced us like Wayne was saying. Wayne and Embiid, they did put us in a position so that Maxey could take off and run in that third quarter. It was only a 1-point game at the half. And the reason why it was only a 1-point game was because of Embiid and Harden. So I'm going to give Embiid and Harden their props. But Maxey, that third quarter, Maxey was...
Let's stop the cat.
Thank you.
Let's stop the cat. You did not say this was going to be the Maxey game. You said we need this to be the Maxey game.
What's the difference?
You know what the difference is?
What's the difference?
You're trying to call yourself a prophet.
I was a prophet.
But you wasn't, though. Because guess what? It wasn't just Maxey. Like, let's not disregard the fact that Tobias had a double-double.
Did I say
Tobias had 19? So wait, but I get it. Listen, this is why I'm saying don't make it like this was Maxey carried the team and did. And B still had his 30 and 10. Harden had his what Harden had? 22 and 15. 22, 6, and 15. So let's not act like Maxey carried the team. This was a good team. Everybody came to ball tonight. Maxey did his part in the third quarter. Yes, he did. But let's not act like these other guys didn't carry. This was a good team win. And shout out to Doc too, who did excellent coaching too.
Let me ask y'all this. So y'all don't think people could feed off that energy, and when Maxey started stroking, you don't think that everybody on the team feeds off that?
It
doesn't translate.
I think sidebar email, you wasn't doing your job. That's why everybody got a wrench. In case you
you was the only one supposed to have a wrench on the joint, but you decided not to show up for like a month.
Exactly. So that being said, the team itself to me had energy. Harden came out early with the dunk in the right from the rip. I said we got Houston Harden for one game. We had Houston Harden at least for a half. For a whole half, first half, we had Houston Harden. And then he became the Nets Harden because he facilitated pretty much for the rest of the joint. Still hit some big shots here and there. He should have had the 4-point play that they robbed him on. Well, man.
Real quick, Ephraim, shout out to Danny Green, too, because Danny Green played his part as well.
Yes, he did.
It was one of them games, and I said this. I was talking in the polo chat with Ethan, Tim, and Wayne. I said, we got to have one of them games where everybody clicking and where Toronto was off. Now, Toronto in the first half, they was like that evil villain at the end of the movie that wouldn't die when you were like, yo, just die already. Like they would not go nowhere. They just kept making shots after shots. Like it looked like we about to pull away, and then Toronto would hit a couple more shots. I said, yo, these boys is refusing to die. Yeah. But eventually the third quarter came around. Everybody stayed consistent. As regards the Sixers, we didn't fall apart. We didn't get frazzled. We kept the crowd out of it. That was huge too.
Yeah,
we kept the game either ahead or just right there. It hit enough big shots to keep the crowd from going crazy. And then when Maxey went in, it was over. We as the Zoom off say, we closed all windows and doors. That game was a wrap by the fourth quarter.
High-hand Keith, I kind of agree with you with that. High-hand Keith said, one thing I don't like is the front runner energy we have at times. Things going well. They yelling, flying around like playing, but the complete.
That's Embiid.
And that's Embiid. I don't like that.
What did he say? Say that again. Say it slow now. What did he say?
He said he don't like the front runner energy we have at times. When things going well, they yelling, Embiid doing the airplane and things like that. Yep. I need that the whole 48. I agree.
And see, I agree.
I can agree with that a little bit. We talked about that at the end of the game.
Who don't do that?
We won.
So Toronto wasn't running around all hyped up. Siakam wasn't all this when they was winning. Where was that at when they was losing? Stop this. Stop always looking at your squad and want to be dissecting your squad and hating. Everybody does it. The same thing with the fan base. Everybody fan base does certain things. They hate on their own players at certain times and everything else. It's not just a Philly thing. It's not just our fans thing. It's not just our team thing. This is what people do in sports.
I agree. Wayne is absolutely right, and y'all nitpicking a little bit. And my thing is, everybody beat and Harden did their thing the first half. Maxey did his thing the third quarter, and then B shut it down in the fourth. It was almost the perfect domino effect of the big time players playing big time basketball, because teams can come back. Don't think a 20-point lead in the fourth quarter is close.
We've seen them.
We've seen them. So don't act like either. We try to act like, well, B doing a little front running now. Maxey got the lead and all that. No. I still want you to shut that door. Remember, we came back in Atlanta when Atlanta was up 21 points with like 6 minutes left. We came back in that game. So I don't care. B still
listen. Don't try to. If you going
win the game.
Listen, you know what? They got a quote on Michael Jordan. He says, "Start the trash talking when the game is tied or when you up, or when you."
Michael Jordan talks trash all game long.
He said, "Start the trash." He said, "Start the trash talking when you down or when the game is tied."
Mike talks
my 10 points. You in a showboat now. You want to trash talk, and I ain't hear you all game.
That's what I'm talking about. It's a trash talking. And B wasn't since game one.
And B wasn't talking trash the whole series. Where was it that he stopped talking trash?
No, I'm just saying when we was in that battles, he wasn't really talking to. But here's what
he was talking trash early in this game. What are you talking about?
Tim, Ethan trying to hate.
Yeah, come on. Listen, I get it because they're excited about what Maxey did. I am too, because this is the thing that I like. The thing that I liked about what Maxey did is Maxey played aggressive. Maxey and Harden. This is what I said last game. Maxey and Harden needs to play aggressive when they get the open attempts and the open shots and open plays. Make the plays. And shout out to Tobias. Tobias was consistent all night, offense, defense, and rebounds.
Yo, I think we got our future for small forward on the Toronto Raptors. He's a free agent this year.
Who's that?
Chris Boucher. I take him in a heartbeat.
Listen, why can't you know what I want to see a little bit though?
Why would you want him on the team?
I want to see Paul Reed and Embiid play together for a few minutes.
I do too.
How it looks. Especially Toronto. They was up like 10-1 at one point on offensive rebound. They was murdering us.
Oh yeah,
I would like to see. I would like to see them play together just to try to slow down them rebounds a little bit.
Hold on. Do we have any Toronto fans in here tonight? Like,
I know I'm about to text Matt now.
Where's any of them? This was my whole point in the last game. Just be here for this because we know they would have been here if they'd have won.
Yeah,
I am a little irritated by I'm not seeing a couple. I'm not seeing Raj. I'm not seeing Master the Craft. I'm not seeing. I mean, not Master the Craft. I'm not seeing my man Matt, Christmas Addicts. There's a couple cats I'm not seeing here. I'm a little disappointed. I'm about to call him out. I'm gonna call him out. I'll give it to him. He was texting me back and forth throughout the game. He did check out the beginning of the fourth quarter and go watch the But
he back at the stand selling the bootleggy shirts.
Well, this game was huge. I'm glad to get it off the books. If this thing went 7, I think we came in game 7 tight, in my opinion, and we possibly could have fooled around and lost game 7 if we would have went to game 7. But nonetheless, won't have to worry about that no more. This game is over.
Dominic, you said talk about how Tobias was the second best player.
My fault, Master the Crab. My bad. What you say, Tim?
Dominic, he said Tim talk about how Tobias was probably the best player this series, other than Embiid.
I think he was the most consistent. I do think Tobias was the most consistent player this series.
I can't argue.
He played solid defense in every game, and
I won't say he's wrong. I won't say
he wasn't spectacular. He wasn't spectacular other than the first game, but he was consistent every game, in my opinion.
He didn't stink it up, I'll tell you that much.
Tobias was consistent. Tobias might have been the most consistent player we had this whole series.
Because Maxey was too up and down. B didn't. He was up and down.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Everybody was up and down. I think Tobias might have been the most consistent.
I don't know.
I'll give you that one.
I'll
give it to you.
Tobias had a solid series. I
don't think he shot the 3 that well.
Tobias did play solid. I agree. Even in the games we lost when everybody else kind of disappeared, Tobias still had a solid game. I will say that. I gotta check his stats at the end of this whole thing to see where they was. But he did. He played a solid. He played a scenario says that Mary Bahama reminds me of his old West Philly neighborhood. Hey, look, this is my wife decoration that she put up. I hate it because it keep reflecting the light behind me.
Off your head.
No, the head is beautiful. I'm not worried about the head. It's just when I move over, you kind of see it on the screen. Through. But
your PA says I'm not hating on Tobias. I said I give it to him.
But
I give it to him.
But this is the Maxey. This is Miami Maxey. We needed Miami Maxey. And I call him Miami Maxey because that was the game I was at when I feel he arrived. And it was the first time I kind of heard the whole crowd chanting Maxey, which I was involved in. And that was one of the reasons why we won, because my energy was so hyped that game. Yeah, but this is the Miami Maxey that we needed. He was taking catch.
Hey, real quick, Ethan.
Go ahead.
Somebody questioned Tobias stats. Up the first 5 games of this series, Tobias shot from 3-pointers He shot 45%. And he shot field goal 53%.
Yeah, I mean, that's
whoa, we traded. The Titans are trading wide receiver AJ Brown to the Eagles for the number 18th overall pick.
Oh, I take it.
We getting AJ Brown for real?
Titans breaking news: Titans are trading wide receiver AJ Brown. So when we didn't get that receiver from what you call it, I like
wow. I like for the
now we need a quarterback.
18 pick in the third round pick.
Wow, that's what's up. I love that.
I love
that. Okay. I like that a lot. That got me hype. AJ Brown, a monster. He's still pretty young too.
Let me see. Dad, we give him the 18th pick.
That's a still. He's a first round pick. I mean, if you
the Sixers just clinched. I don't care about that right now. We talking about the Sixers.
No, I do care a lot about that. But we are talking about the Sixers, and we're going to look ahead now to our opponent. We know how our opponent is. They already clinched. I think it was last night, the night before Miami.
Yeah, they said our game was Monday.
So it's Monday. So now we got Miami coming to the building.
That's a nice little rest. I'll take it.
What y'all thinking about Miami now that we laid the smack down on Toronto and got
anything is possible?
I mean, I think Maxey and Harden. If Maxey and Harden's going to bring the energy that they brought tonight and played like they did tonight, I think it can work against Miami because I don't think Miami has the length and the athletic length that Toronto has. Like Toronto was like 6'7". What Gary Trent was like the smallest guy at 6'5". Other than that, so it was at times difficult for Maxey, but because you got athletic, taller guys, but we've seen him eat up Tyler Hero. You know, Dragic is not fast and everything else. So I think this series against Miami is going to be more of a slow down series, and I think that the Sixers are built more for a slow down series.
Hey, question everything. Go ahead, Tim.
Oh yeah, Ephraim, you asked the question, so let me answer.
I did. I know.
All right, so here's the thing.
I like asking and answer my own questions, but go ahead.
I like our chances against Miami. First of all, Lowry is hurt, so he's dealing with hamstring. Butler didn't play yesterday because he's dealing with a bad knee. If we take advantage of the
wait, my fault. You're right. Mastercraft Dragic is in Brooklyn. Who's the backup point guard there? Because I know Lowry's not playing. Who's the backup point?
Kyle Lowry.
When we let you say what you had to say, now let others.
No, I'm just saying I got corrected, and I'm saying you're right. I'm being corrected.
Right. The matchup is going to be Bam versus B. I want to see how they battle their battles. Like what's going to come out of those two going back and forth.
Yeah, Oladipo. That's right, Oladipo.
Oladipo.
He was killing it the other night too.
Yeah, he
come back off that injury nicely. So
Jimmy and Oladipo don't play together. They don't like each other. So they're not in the court. Whenever Jimmy's in the ball game, Oladipo don't even play.
And Jimmy hurt. Jimmy might be hurt. I mean, I know he rested the last game or game before. He got a bum knee or something. So who knows how consistent Jimmy's going to be throughout this series. I mean, we might get one of them Milwaukee runs where they ran into a couple of hurt teams and all that kind of stuff, was able to eke through the playoffs. So I mean, we might get some favorable bounces, if you will. I mean, we had enough of them. I mean, teams we got the favorable bounce from Kawhi Leonard a couple years ago. We probably went to the championship. So
can I respond to Jamar?
Go ahead.
Gabe Vincent is the Sixer killer. He does what Gary Trent Jr. does to us. He gets off, but for some reason he only averaged like 6 or 8 points a game in Miami. But whenever he plays the Sixers, he goes for a 30-piece.
I ain't worried about him in the playoffs. Him or Stress, whichever one they go and bring out to play point guard. I ain't worried about their point guard.
Okay.
Harden will own either one.
And somebody said
if we get the Harden we had tonight.
Somebody said, question everything said we're not going to get this Harden every night. I agree with him. I don't think we're going to get this Harden every night. But my thing is, if we get him at least twice throughout the playoffs, throughout the series, I'm good with that. Because you got to think we actually did have almost this Harden in the first game. The first game, Harden scored 22 and like 12, I think, on the assist tip. I don't think his shooting was as good, but he actually gave us a nice, solid game, and we was able to win. Go up 3-0 until we started. The wheels started falling off the bus a little bit. But we got enough talent on this team, on this big four, to make sure that if one dude ain't stepping up, and I said this earlier about Tobias. Remember when Harden first got here, Tobias had a streak of like a whole 2 weeks where he looked like he wasn't Tobias no more. But then I said, I'm telling you, when he figure it out, he's going to be an integral part. So when somebody's slipping, he's going to be able to step up. And that's what happened this series so far. And if he carry that forward, we're going to be hard to beat.
Sergeant Bass made a good point. He said Harden in Miami.
I mean, hopefully
he has enough restraint that this postseason, and he wants to do what he got to do down there. But I mean, hey, listen, I'm just glad we got the first round because, and again, shout out to Toronto, even though their fans is frauds because they ain't coming here tonight and talk the same recklessness they was talking before. You got to get Toronto props, bro. Like they balled. Their squad is ballers.
First round ain't enough.
What'd you say?
First round's not enough for me.
No, me neither. But I'm saying I'm glad to get out of the first round, and we was up 3-0 and got a two games scare.
That was very scary. And Lionel Robinson, I don't fear on Miami either. I'm okay. I think we will be able to defeat Miami easily.
Miami actually has an excellent coach too.
I'm not saying that. I think this series is going to go the distance. I don't think we.
I see 6 games again.
We might go 7.
I hear you, Bass.
If it goes 7, we're not winning. I'll take 6. If 6 got to win in 6.
We gonna win at 6.
I think it might go 7.
I don't want to give my prediction yet.
We had a good win at the game 1.
Yeah, we had a good win. You know what
game 1.
I want everybody to enjoy this. Enjoy this win, and let's carry on.
I'm going to enjoy. We got all weekend to enjoy this win.
Yeah, this
we got all weekend to enjoy. Listen, I didn't want to go into this weekend worrying about what was going to happen in Game 7.
Miami in 5.
Okay,
I'm 5.
You got me down there.
Hey, that's his prediction. I ain't mad at it, but I ain't saying Miami in 5.
We expended so much getting out of it. We celebrating like it's a chip. You know what I mean?
I don't think we did it though. I think
we did.
It should be like Doc so heavy, like got the monkey off his back. Doc got the monkey off his back and everything. So
is that what Doc said, or is that what you're feeling as a fan?
I can tell how he look. He probably drunk right now.
You don't think that it should be a relief that you won this series, the way that they won?
No.
I might feel the way that you felt if it was a close game. The Sixers, they dominated. Dominated them tonight.
We handled business. Let's go.
I agree. Charlie M said we played one more game than Miami did. So Miami, in all intents and purposes, they should have been out of Atlanta. Who Trey wasn't playing good, and they
exactly.
They took that series a little longer. That should have been a sweep.
Chris McAdams is back.
And that I just texted him too. He said, "Yeah, Chris, what's up, Matt?" He said, "Y'all were playing with your food, and now you got to play with the healthy, rested Miami team."
Are they healthy? Didn't Jimmy just sit out?
They just did last night.
They played 2 nights ago. They played 2 nights ago.
They played last night.
Atlanta
played last night.
I don't.
And Jimmy sat out. Miami played last night. Jimmy sat out because
I know Golden State closed out last night, but I don't know about Miami. I know Golden State beat Denver, and Steph Curry had 30, by the way, to close that out. Big time plays by big time players. So I just thought I'd throw that out there to y'all, all y'all in podcast land. But 6 and 5 is.
No, you're right. They played Tuesday. It was Tuesday.
Yeah, they did play Tuesday.
Okay, wrong and wrong.
but we still gonna have 4 days off to be able to heal, so we'll be all right.
I don't care about them as long as we rested. That's what I care about.
I'm a Sixers fan.
He's a fraud for saying Miami in 5. That to me, that's egregious.
Ethan, listen, this is Ethan's protecting himself. This is what he does because he know Ethan do like this watching the games.
I read that best.
It's well documented. He's on a roller coaster ride when he watches the game. Somebody could be great and they stink in 5-minute intervals when Ethan's watching the game. So he's protecting himself by having low expectations. That way he don't, snap out.
Ethan will call AJ Brown garbage at some point in this year. He's gonna call him trash. He should have never got him. He'll do that sometime this year during the course of a game. So this is what he does. I'm used to this, Ethan, and right now, like Wayne said, this is his protective cloak over himself so that he won't, get heartbroken. It won't be crying. I remember the first time I cried over a game when Eagles lost to Dallas Cowboys. This had to have been like 19. This had to have been like 90. I don't know, maybe 94 or something when they lost to Dallas in the playoffs that time after we beat the Saints and we lost to Dallas in the next round. And that joint devastated me. And ever since then, I think Ethan cried that night in his pillow. But ever since then, he's tried these deflection techniques to make sure that he don't get hurt like that no more. But it's okay, Ethan. You ain't gonna get hurt.
Wayne do a lot of deflecting.
He got you.
Wayne
got you. Harden got you.
What I deflect?
Got you.
The only boy that do a lot of deflecting from losing is Wayne. Wayne tried to deflect.
What deflecting did I do?
We got Vic. Wayne cried the year before we got Vic.
No, Wayne just don't show up to the pod when he get hurt. Remember, he just.
What? I missed one game. I missed one game and I don't show.
You was hurt. You was hurt that game.
He drowned himself in alcohol.
No, how? I told y'all even before that. I said 6-6. I said this during the season. I told y'all 6-6. Don't tell me Wayne's scared of nothing.
I said 6.
I've been called it. I said 6 during the regular season when you and Tim were saying, I don't know about Toronto. I said 6-6. They can't handle Bede for a full 7 games. I've been saying that.
But that's not.
They ain't scared of nothing.
They actually wasn't able to handle Bede in all 6 games. They were.
I don't see it, but you know what I don't see?
How was they? Because they sure looked wore down tonight in the second half.
Tonight,
Lowry hurt too.
Tonight we got Embiid rolling. Maxey, he blew the game open for us. I mean, it was a team win led by Tyrese Maxey.
You know what I
so Embiid's 30 and 10. Embiid's 30 and 10 means nothing.
You know what I
What'd you say, Ephraim?
You know what I don't hear tonight? I don't hear from Ethan and Tim and from Herb and a few choice other cats the Harden slander. It was a lot of Harden slander after Game 5. You heard boys talk about Harden, Chris Harden, and all this. People coming at Harden neck. Now I want y'all to back up and get this man his props. Harden came out as aggressive.
We put Harden in. Harden got to get us past the second round before we start giving him some real credit. We're not in the second round. We've always gotten to the second round of playoffs.
You was hating on Harden.
Don't tell me this. We got to get to the second round of the play because Ephraim's right. Like, don't sit there when you was shook and you was talking about it. I get you want to say Max just because y'all said Maxey got to do this. Maxey did ball out.
No, I never
but guess you know what Maxey did? Maxey took advantage. Maxey tonight, Maxey took advantage of having open looks and getting that when they were swinging the ball and getting it to him, and he actually had confidence to shoot. And that's my issue with Maxey is just that he doesn't always play with that confidence. And I think that the Sixers, I think Embiid and Harden both show confidence in Maxey because at certain points in the game, in every game, they give Maxey, they try to feed Maxey and say, "Do you?"
That's because they don't have the confidence to do them, so they gotta
stop.
They asking Maxey, please lead us, please lead us. That's what's happening.
I did.
So Maxey led the Sixers tonight.
Yes, he did.
That was a good team.
If y'all didn't see it, y'all don't know what y'all watching.
It was a team win.
Harden had 22 and 15 and 6, but you tell me Maxey led the Sixers tonight.
I'm gonna tell y'all the problem though with the go ahead, Ethan.
No, I'm gonna just call out a couple cats. Because I saw somebody just posted that Shaq. Who was it? Charlie M. He said Shaq picked Toronto tonight. It was a lot of dudes picking Toronto. I seen Legs. This is why these national pundit dudes, I listen to them. It's entertainment. I'm a sports fan, so I'm all in to try to pick out whatever I can. But this is why I always tell you, don't take these dudes' words as gospel, because these dudes had all but wrote the Sixers off. They were almost guaranteeing the Game 7. These supposedly insiders who got all this knowledge, all this extra information that comes from here. They got all this knowledge all of a sudden, and they were saying there's no way in the world Sixers are going to win this game. Nowhere in the world. Just like everybody was saying. Remember Vegas and everybody that was guaranteeing the Nets after they got Ben Simmons was guaranteeing the Nets was going to be in the finals, right? They was the number one team to win. Now they saying Golden State. Now they saying Golden State. We'll see where that ends up. I still think Golden State got a battle ahead of them, especially if Devin Booker come back, and even with Memphis. So it'll be nice to see Sixers and Golden State in the championship. But my thing is, this is why I say use your own knowledge when they be kicking this stuff. Listen, first of all, let's get it clear. If I say something, then y'all can rest your head on it. When these other dudes say something, then they can dismiss it. All right. Listen here first. Me, that may be Ethan, Wayne, and Tim. Tim is definitely last because he like Ben Simmons. But
Eagles now. We talked about that. They traded that number 1 and 3 pick and got AJ Brown. That's a good look.
Yeah, that is a good one. But next year, and I'm still mad. By the way, sidebar: the Bull Mikal Bridges is over in Phoenix balling, and I'm still irritated that he's not a 76er. That's going to haunt us for the rest of his career. That's going to haunt us. He should have been.
Well, I'm gonna tell you,
James Harden was plus 38 tonight.
Charlie, you know who won the trade? The Sixers did, because Ben didn't play this year.
Yeah.
So they lost the trade, and they lost in the first round.
True that.
Because they couldn't get their whole team together. Ben ain't helped them at all. So right now, Nets lost the trade. It's not even a question.
Oh, somebody said they used to be an Eagles fan. Master the crap. Hold up. See, this is the
he's a Carson Wentz fan.
Who's this 4-year, $100 million you talking about?
Yeah, remember he said he was at Carson, so I guess he fouled him to watch.
It's cool to when Barkley got traded to Phoenix. I rooted.
Yeah, I follow Barkley in Phoenix.
I never not rooted for the Sixers. I never said I used to be a Sixers fan. You can't do that. You can't follow. So now you Washington fan now?
Violation.
Violation. Colts. Are you now Washington, or what's the new team? The Washington Commanders.
Listen, for somebody that's a Golden State fan, you can't come on here and start questioning people's fandom.
No, I can't, because I never said
no, you can't.
I said
no, because you're making your own rules up. Either you 4-for-4 Philly, a full-fledged, or you shake.
I am full-fledged Philly.
Then you
I'm
shake
4-for-4.
Yeah. Yo, for 5.
Eagles now is reporting that AJ got a 4-year, $100 million extension from the Eagles.
Bet.
But the funny thing is, though, we did have people in that trade. In the trade,
hold on. It's not on brand. The reason why Bridges ain't here. It's Brett Brown.
No.
That's Brett Brown.
Brett Brown was the GM.
Brand was not here yet. Brand was not here yet.
Yes, Brett Brown was the GM.
That was the summertime before Elton got here, like a September, October, and Brett Brown already made the changes already. Yeah, that
summer was that offseason. Brett Brown was the GM. So, but back to this trade, the Harden trade. We had people in here that was talking about the Nets won the trade because they got Seth Curry and they got Andre Drummond and Ben Simmons. Who do you think said it?
You
and Tim. Remember, Tim was all shook. Seth Curry. We gave up Seth Curry, and we don't got no.
I would rather have Seth over Thibault.
First of all, it still hasn't been determined whether we want to trade or not. Because
why not?
If we lose the second round, and let's say James Harden decides to walk, we lost that trade. If we could have traded for Halliburton and got a young.
Well, we're not talking about that. You're not talking about another trade.
We're talking about the trade that was made.
That
it still doesn't matter because we don't know. Ben might come back.
We know Ben may never.
Ben might come back and be all. He said Ben might come back and be an all-star.
All right.
Ben may never play. You're right. Ben may never play basketball again. Ben may never actually play basketball again. That's a very real scenario. So quick shout out. Quick correction, Sergeant Bass. Brett Brown really didn't want to do with the peanut allergy. What's his name? Dennis Smith or something. He didn't really want him. He was under the assumption, Zaire Smith, by his old head Popovich, that they were going to trade Zaire Smith to Kawhi Leonard. That was the supposed deal.
He got played like a.
So he got played. Yes, he got played like a video arcade because he thought he was going to get the trade, and then Popovich pulled the rug from underneath him and sent Kawhi to Toronto. We know how that ended, but that's how that happened. But all that being said,
we had a couple good comments in it. First, Rez made a good point. Let me go back. He said we needed Curry to leave for Maxey to evolve into what he is today. And I do think that there's some truth into that, because if Maxey was here, if we would have made that trade and Seth was still here, Seth would have been the starting 2 guard, not Maxey.
I told you that. I said that like 5 podcasts.
No, you did, but I'm just saying Rez making that point right now as we're having that discussion.
Rez is making a point I made. So yes, I agree with you with what I said, Rez. Yes, that's a good point that I made that you made back.
He never heard your point.
and Benjamin Allen said Harden still don't need to score 30 for us to win. I agree. The whole point that I think we all might have been making the last pod, but my whole point is Harden has to be aggressive. That's where I felt. That's where Harden and Maxey to me fell short in the last game, is they were not aggressive. Tonight we seen the Sixers was aggressive. Toronto came out, hit them with their hardest shot. The Sixers stayed consistent. Harden steadied the ship. When Harden went out, we started to fall off a little bit. The announcers even said that. They was like, it shows the importance of Harden in there. And when Harden came back in, he steadied the ship again, and we stayed right there, and then we took control.
I agree. We saw that with the overtime the overtime game that we had where Harden was missing, we definitely needed Harden in that overtime. I think we saw that too. So I mean, this I agree. Harden don't need to be Houston Harden. We need Houston Harden in spurts. At times, we need Harden to be Houston Harden for a quarter, maybe a half. We don't need him to be Houston Harden the whole game. If we got Miami Maxey, or at least half of Miami Maxey, we got consistent Joel Embiid balling. Tobias giving us a solid 16, shooting around 50%. At one point, he was 55%. I don't know where. I'm not sure where he ended percentage-wise. Let me see. He ended at 46.
46.
46. Yeah. If he could end more around 50, that'd be perfect. But in this game, it ain't matter. It was a wrap. And Miami, Harden gonna put that. I mean, Harden and Toby gonna put that work in next round.
Yeah, I listen. I can't wait to get into this next round, man. It's exciting, but at
No,
the
it
end
is.
of the year, the Sixers are going to have to make a decision on paying him Houston Harden money or paying him 76er Harden money.
I agree. It's gonna be a huge thing.
If he plays a couple more games like this throughout the playoffs, it's gonna be a tough decision.
Harden.
If we win a championship with Harden playing consistently, like he did, like you said, because for the most part, this series outside like 2 games, Harden played pretty solid. So if he helps us to get a championship, let's say hypothetically speaking, we win a championship, you're going to have to strongly evaluate paying him that money just based.
Do y'all think we could win a championship this year? Anything's possible.
Yes.
I think we can.
Absolutely.
Okay. But I also
you don't think we can. Remember, you said Miami in 5. So
I also want to give
Harden. I did say anything's possible at the beginning.
Harden has been solid on defense too, other than maybe 2 games. At least one game. The last game, his defense was trash. But like this game, you saw where Obi was trying to post him up, and Harden was defending that down there. He got a couple deflections and everything else. So don't. Maxey, I mean, I guess because of his size, it was hard for him to play because they was trying to attack Maxey. They was trying to give him the Seth Curry treatment, like Atlanta did Seth last year in the playoffs. But when Maxey's aggressive on offense, it offsets that.
Seriously though, I need Doc coaching like this every game. I'm sorry, this is the playoffs, man. You can't afford to lose a game here and lose a game there because that could cost you. Tonight, I felt like Doc was coaching. I don't know about you, but you can feel it.
Make shots that they missed. If you miss a shot,
yeah, but if you he had like Shake and Cork was the only ones with a minus on our team. They had like a -3 and a -1, but they ain't played him any minutes because he got him up out of there. Listen, you can experiment here and there in the playoffs, but if it ain't going right, make the change. Don't keep throwing Thibault in the game when he's stinking.
That was one time, and
this might have been the best. This might have been the best thing that happened for us with Thibault not getting his shot, him not being there, because the last game he played like hot garbage.
Yeah, do you continue to play Thibault? Like, what do you?
We're gonna need him next round. We're gonna need him in the next round because
I do. Listen, I do have to give props out too. We didn't really give him as much props. Paul Reed, because Paul Reed came in and played quality minutes that enabled them to sit in. Remember in other games where Embiid sat down and then the other team just came running back? Matter of fact, in the last game, Embiid sat down and the other team came running back up in there. Paul Reed held it down. He played 12 minutes. He scored 9 points, 4 rebounds on 4 for 5 shooting. And he was active.
But this what irritates me, though, about Paul Reed and not him in particular. He should have been getting this type of clock.
I agree.
If he would have been getting this type of clock, he could been even more impactful.
No, he was acting like a little.
You still in my thunder? You still in my thunder?
He was acting like a little.
Y'all gonna give props for still in my thunder?
No. Whoa. Your thunder. Last year when y'all was hyping up what's his name? Mike Scott, and I kept saying Paul Reed should be getting no minutes. So don't come to about your thunder about Paul Reed. I've been shouting about Paul Reed.
I will say Wayne has been every answer to all 6 problem for Wayne at one point would be the Paul Reed. Somebody said in the comment section would be the Paul Reed or Isaiah Joe. My thing was I've been talking about me personally. I've been talking about young players because remember I've been saying how Kerr plays his young players all the time, and I wish Rivers would do that more with our young players. Sometimes you got to put them in there. I think I tried to coin the phrase on here. It's not the play that you get in practice, but the play that you get in the game that creates true experience. So to me that's a long thing to coin. It is, but now you have it, and I'm
He coined a paragraph, not a phrase. He coined a paragraph.
the more you know. But with that being said, I like when young players get time
when they get the chance to play.
And then come the playoffs, they're a little bit more prepared. That's why you see Kuminga over there and Golden State jumping out the building, dunking on people, getting valuable minutes in a closeout game against Denver because he was ready for it. Now, granted, Paul Reed had to almost be thrown into the lineup. Yeah, he was ready, but he almost had to be thrown.
The fans and media forced that.
Some greedy balls. Listen, going back to I'm digging inside the game, the stats.
I agree, X-Men.
We was really good with the turnover. Remember, I kept talking about turnovers is key and how we lose. We kept losing. I'm looking at it right now, and Embiid only had one turnover tonight. One turnover. And the ball Harden only had 3.
Remember, you said you just the one who said as the series goes on, he gets worse and worse. Then you coined that phrase.
Oh no, I never did. I never said that.
Okay. I said, okay.
I mean, Harden had 15 assists and 3 turnovers. He had a spectacular game.
Spectacular.
It was spectacular. Just digging deep and looking at the stats. Everybody was like a plus 29, 28, 32, plus 38. Niang was a plus 18. We as a team played a really good. I'm going back to what everybody was saying. We had played a great team game led by Tyrese Maxey. All right.
D-Market, right. D-Market, we win when we get a happy Maxey. Flopping around here, flopping around the court. He's shooting half-court threes, bang, bang. You know, you got the announcer screaming, bang, bang,
happy Maxey sometimes be a little bit dolly-dotty.
The game 1, he wasn't really happy Maxey. Game 1, he was happy Maxey tonight.
It ain't happy Maxey. This is what we need. We need trash talking Maxey when he walking down doing these. When Maxey's walking around doing this and talking all that.
I don't want Maxey throwing up gang signs.
I do.
What, 3? You don't know what that means?
Militant Maxey.
You sound real old right now.
Player throws up a 3-pointer like this. No,
what are you talking about? They all do. What are you talking about? This is what they do. This is 3 when they hit the threes. What are you talking about?
What they do?
No basketball player.
No, they do that, bro.
No basketball player.
They do threes.
Like
okay. Okay. What do y'all see? You tripping?
Melo don't do this. He's not shooting himself in the head.
You're talking about Melo. Melo ancient. The young boys do the 3. This is the sign they do for threes.
Melo do that when he hit almost any shot, though. I don't know what that necessarily means when he do that because I don't know if that's like this sign. But
okay.
But my thing is, I mean,
they walk around doing this. They don't walk around doing this. Bro.
Maxey actually showed 2 sides of himself because the first game he was kind of more dialed in. He ain't really looked like happy Maxey. He was kind of focused and he got off. He dropped 30 something. But this game he was a little bit more happy and he scored. But my thing with Danny, when you mentioned turnovers, for some reason, give props to Danny Green. He hit shots. Wayne mentioned him earlier. I got to give props to Danny because I would grind him up for missing a lot of wide open ones. He was knocking stuff down. But for some reason, every time he tried to dribble, he loses the ball. He had 2 turnovers. He tried to dribble twice.
Yeah.
Stop. Just get a ball
fast.
up.
I go front. I was heated on that fast break when he was looking for somebody to get. Just stop and pick the ball up, bro.
Just pass the ball like those crucial plays.
Hey, listen, for the record, look at the comments. They're telling y'all how old and off y'all are because they do this for the 3. Look at the comments.
No, I mean, I'm trying to remember.
They do this. It's these fingers.
They don't do that, Ethan.
Steph Curry do this. Remember, he put Denver to sleep last night.
No, it's these 3. These are the 3 they use.
These.
Okay.
I don't know about that.
Somebody said Ms. Miz said Ethan is in the prehistoric era.
Ethan, he talked about Gary. I think Gary Payton Sr. used to do that. That's what Ethan's talking about.
What did Jordan do when he hit the 6 threes in his cloud?
He did that. Jordan did that, Jordan. That was classic. I had to give you that. But yeah, so man, look, I'm ecstatic. This playoffs is shaping up really nice for me. This has been a good couple of days. As y'all know, Golden State won, Sixers won, and now Eagles with the trade for AJ Brown. Woo! That's nice.
Mark, for the record, I didn't say they figured Maxey out. I said they threw attention to Maxey. That's what I said.
You know, figured him out.
No. In the first game, I'm telling you,
Maxey so bad, and he was like, "Yeah, now I get to hate on Maxey." And Maxey,
it's not hating on Maxey. It's not hating on Maxey. The same way I wasn't saying I expected Maxey to be the one to carry us. The point was Maxey flew under the radar the first. Nick Nurse even said it after the first game. he said we have to pay attention to him. And what they started doing was taking some of the pressure off of Harden instead of double teaming Harden every time. Whenever Maxey got the ball and got past that first guy, you saw the second man run over there to cut the lane off on him. But because Harden played aggressive tonight, got a dunk, and was going at the basket and getting in there, then they had to start switching up the way that they played. And it led to Maxey getting more open looks. And Maxey capitalized.
See, I don't agree with somebody saying that. D Market said that. What did he say here? He said Tyler Hero or Maxey. Now, are you saying Ken? He said Tyler Hero or Laurie. First of all, Laurie, I don't know if he will be playing. He said Ken guard Maxey. Did you mean can't guard Maxey? Do you want to edit that comment?
I'm sure he meant Ken. He probably meant can't. They probably meant can't.
I hope you meant can, because they definitely can't guard Maxey. Maxey too fast. Van Fleet couldn't guard Maxey. He a better defender than
See, the only thing about Miami when you dig deep into it is who they got. Tucker's probably going. He probably going to lock up Toby. Toby going to probably have his worst.
I don't think so.
Jimmy Butler probably going to lock up Harden. So we're going to need Maxey to get off.
Jimmy Butler got a bum knee. He might not even play the whole
Yeah,
series.
we got to see how he's going to be. This series might come down to Bam versus
And Harden
Lee.
got a bum stomach. So we don't know what Harden will be. So they might
have
cancel
a hangover.
Harden dunking tonight. He came through looking like Houston Hart from the rim.
All I know is everything on B. B got ball out.
A sexy scenarios, I agree. When Harden hit that, first of all, it should have been an and one. When Harden hit that step back three, that vintage Harden three.
For the 4-point play, Wayne. What they thought? So you know what they thought for the three, but they thought for the 4-point play.
I don't know what is this. What is it? I don't think they got a sign for that, but I know that 3-point sign. That's that's the NBA thing right now.
I gotta look that up now.
But I'm happy, man. I can't be more ecstatic.
This is the best day of my life.
We got
AJ Brown.
I had 3 kids, and this comes very close.
Yeah.
No, let me stop.
Hey, Sergeant Bass, we gave Doc props tonight. I'm in particular, where I saw that Doc made a great coaching adjustment was when it was tight. I think, I'm not sure if it was the second or late in the first, but Doc came out of a timeout and they went to a zone. And so it had to be the second quarter. Toronto was cooking and Doc came out in that zone, and then Toronto like froze up. So Doc did his thing tonight. He came in, he took Bede out a little bit early. He put Paul Reed in. I think Doc coached an excellent game tonight, in my opinion.
I agree too.
Real quick, just on the Eagles note, our start lineup of Jalen Hurts, Devontae Smith, AJ Brown, Dallas Goedert, Miles Sanders, and Quez Watkins. We look good.
So if our offense not putting up big numbers, are you going to be blaming Jalen Hurts?
He going to blame. He going.
I understand what's the problem.
I mean, hopefully we'll see. Hopefully, I like that lineup. It looks good, but for one, Sanders got to stay hurt. I don't know about Quez. Quez got to step his game up. We need to be out there. I don't know if y'all watched the YouTube boy Destroy, but he always had these little one-on-one camps, and he be having like D1 receivers match up against each other and cornerbacks and all that. I was kind of watching one today. But the bull Quez needs to go out there with them. He needs to go get some reps in. I want to see a new and improved Quez. He has the speed. His hands are solid, but his route running has been very suspect last year.
He ain't nothing but a gangbanger with speed.
Yeah, I need to see him take that to the next level. Hey, John Key, you know what? Sometimes you got to night yourself. You know what I'm saying? I'm Sir Ephraim now. I have knighted my own self. I don't need nobody to knight me but me. All right.
Bass, I agree with you. He called good timeouts. Remember that one timeout? They scored 1 point and they was only down. They were still up 19. He called it right then. It was like, yo, we not even going to get to making a little run. We scored like the next 4 or 5 points. So
Styles made a good point too. What he said about how Doc had Maxey running up to the key to defend, and that was, remember, that's what I said last game too. Like, why the Sixers aren't pressing up more on these taller guys? Like, make them work. Like don't let them just come walking the ball up the court like that. And I think Doc made a nice job adjusting that. Gary Trent Jr. was hot in the first quarter. The way Toronto was hitting in the first quarter, in the first half, especially when a young boy, and the young boy is nice. Their rookie.
Rez, I agree with you.
Their rookie is nice. But when I When I seen him jacking up the threes, I felt like the game was over for them because he felt like he had to take over.
Jacking all of a sudden. That's not their game.
You know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of Kobe against like a young Kobe against Houston. Against Utah. Remember when Kobe came out and he was trying to force the issue because the team was like faltering? Then I felt like that's what he was doing. So I'm not mad at him but the young boy, when I saw him trying to jack up the threes, I was like, yeah, we got him.
He actually gave B some work too. The young boy could play like all 4, sometimes 5 positions, man.
He's nice.
Who you talking about? Scotty?
Yeah, Scotty he's Barnes. Nice.
He was thinking and beat it, and I was like, he was
thinking to beat all series.
He was like switching. He was
switching on the
a young Magic.
Yeah. I mean, Toronto.
Red say Eagles nice trade and draft. Philly sweep. Sixers close out. On my Ice Cube, I gotta say it was a good day. I was like, that's absolutely.
Toronto shot 20% from 3 tonight.
I was about to read.
They done shot some. They done shot some pretty good during this series. Certain games.
They did.
This is what I like. This is Sixers field goal percentage for my starting 5. 50 by Maxey, 58% by Harden, 46 by Tobias, 66 by B, 57 by Danny Green, and then Niang off the bench had 66, and Paul Reed off the bench had 80. Shake Milton even had 50%, even though he's only 1 for 2. But this is what we needed. This is why I said we needed one of them games where we was splashing, and then Toronto was horribly off. Like Wayne said, they was terrible from 3.
Yep. They started out hot.
I know they went cold. They went cold. Yeah. They went cold. They end up shooting 52, 46, 40, 28% from the ball. And Anunoby only shot 28%. He was 2 for 7 field goal, 1 for 4.
Because he was killing us this series. Anunoby was killing from 3.
Toronto didn't like last game when they beat us. They shot 25% from 3. They
never really all turnovers.
They killed us by boards.
They scored on us by turnovers. We turned the ball at a high volume, and they was getting easy fast.
Yeah, they didn't really never shoot really good from 3.
Sixers Warriors final. Who you going with? Sergeant Bass, I told you, stop asking me that. You trying to get me to compromise myself. I told you, Sixers and Warriors meet up. I'm rooting for the Sixers. That's all I'm rooting for. I'm rooting for Warriors to get to the finals, but I'm rooting for the Sixers to win it. And I'm also rooting, as crazy as it sounds, I'm rooting for Steph to have a good finals, but we still win. That's what I'm rooting for.
No.
Man.
I'm rooting for Sixers.
I let Steph my man. I rock with Steph, he's my man, but we got to get there first. We got some dogs ahead of us because I think if we get past Miami, I honestly think we're going to see the Celtics. I think they're going to beat Milwaukee.
I don't see us get past the Celtics, but I do believe we can.
Look at you. Stand already. You been strict since you was a little kid. Stop being strict as a grown man. I'm tired of this.
Yep. That's all right, y'all. We're about to wrap this thing up. Any final thoughts? Anything y'all looking forward to?
I'm looking forward to a stress-free weekend. Yes. Like I ain't got to worry about a game 7 on Saturday.
Jordan Poole look like me.
I agree with that.
Let's go.
Sir
what you mean, as in physical appearance, or you talking about in game?
Both. No, just physical appearance. Not game.
All right, well.
Muggsy Bogues. Without the speed.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to hit the notification button. We're going to catch y'all on our next podcast. We out.
Deuces.
Oh, that was funny.